The Cowboys are heading in the wrong direction, having lost 4 straight, and Jerry Jones said this morning Dak Prescott will have season-ending hamstring surgery tomorrow. Hope all goes well with that. The Jets, meanwhile, have seen their season go down the drain with 6 losses in their last 7 games. Aaron Rodgers threw for a season low 151 yards, no TDs in Sunday's blowout win against Arizona. And the Bears' once promising start has fallen flat since their Hail Mary loss in Washington. In 2 games since then, Chicago has had 23 offensive drives, hasn't scored a touchdown in any of them. Let me add this to it. Just this morning, the Bears have parted ways with OC Shane Waldron. All right, Shay, you're up first here. Tough question for you. Which fan base should be the most frustrated?
I think it's the Jets. The Cowboys fan base shouldn't be upset because they made no changes in the offseason. They didn't bring anybody in. They didn't bring a running back in, knew they needed running back help. They didn't bring D-line help in, knowing they needed more meat in the interior, size, girth in the interior to stop the run. So they did nothing. No wide receiver. They didn't bring a second receiver in to help alleviate some of the pressure off of CD. So I don't know why the fan base would get upset in Dallas because they're the status quo. They did absolutely nothing. The Jets, they signed Tyron Smith. They go get Mike Williams. You trade for Devontae. Basically, this was supposed to be the year because Aaron Rodgers went out 4 plays into last year. So basically, this was supposed to be the year in which they got it right. So if Chicago, I get Chicago. You re-signed DJ Moore. You brought in Keenan Allen. You brought in Swift at the running back position, and you drafted Caleb Williams #1 overall. But that's still a rookie. That's still a rookie leading the hell. So you could even if he played as well as C.J. Stroud played last year, or as well as Jaden Daniels is playing this year, they're only going to do so much. But with the Jets, I was told, everybody told me they were a quarterback away, and they traded for Hassan Reddick. So if I'm the Jets, I'm extremely disappointed in the play and the product that's been on the field. So I think it's the Jets fan base.
I think it's the Cowboys. I don't think this is close, y'all. And listen, you made a great point about what they didn't do. That's why I think I would be the most frustrated, because when the owner/GM tells me we're going all in and you've won 12 games for 3 years in a row and you get booted out of the playoffs by Green Bay and you're like, hey, this is the best roster I got. I got people coming back. I'm going to wait. I'm going to sign Dak the first day of the season. We're going to get CD. Hey, we're going to do – and then you do nothing to help your team. I think that's where the frustration should really come. At the end of the day, for the Jets, man, they shot their shot, bro. It just wasn't good enough. They're just not good enough, right? They thought it was going to be what it is. They fired their coach like 4 weeks in. They panicked. The panic doesn't help. But at least they shot their shot. Chicago, the same, right? You draft a guy first. You go do what you're going to do. I don't love what's going on with Eberflus and firing guys now. But at the end of the day, if you're the Dallas Cowboy fan, you should be hurting your heart because you got the GM telling you how good we're going to be. Best roster I've ever put together. Best roster construction I've ever had. Look at what we got. We got this. We got that. We're going to be so good. And then to chop them down, and now you're having season-ending injury on the highest-paid player in NFL history. Ooh, you should be frustrated. If you're a Cowboys fan, I'd be real frustrated.
I think they should be frustrated if they were foolish enough to believe Jerry Jones.
Have you met a Cowboys fan?
Thank you.
I don't think.
Have you met a Cowboys fan?
I don't think that no one thought the Cowboys were real contenders this season.
If you're a Cowboys fan.
After week one.
Not this bad, though.
Yeah, I don't think they expected them to be this bad.
No one did.
But I don't think anyone expected.
And week one got you excited.
I think the frustration is
week one you was like.
Week one did because they beat the Browns, and the Browns were a playoff team. And then we came to realize the Browns really weren't that good this year. But I think the frustration comes if you have expectations. And I think the Cowboys fans had 3 good seasons that fell short in playoffs. I don't think the expectations were that high. I think the Jets' expectations were through the roof. And they waited last year through this. And they were like, we are going to get it done. And it's been the opposite. I understand why the Bears might be frustrated because it's not just about this year.
Right.
Because Shannon's right. If you just look at this year, the Bears relax. You're fine. You got a young quarterback. You're going to figure it out. But the problem is, it's the same story over and over in Chicago. So, I could get them being upset and frustrated because they had this issue with Fields. They ruined Fields. Yeah. They ruined Trubisky. And now they're trying to ruin Caleb also. But I still land where Shannon did with the Jets. Just because
people had them in the Super Bowl. It was like the great hope. You brought Aaron Rodgers in. He got to control it.
And
he brought in his OC.
Yeah.
I think
as soon as you brought in the OC, you knew it was done.
What's frustrating about that is there is no clear and obvious reason to point to. So, like, I can say the Cowboys roster is not good enough. I can say that the Bears have a rookie quarterback and they have some issues. This is the team they wanted. Not only is this the team they wanted, they went and got Devontae. This is even better than the team that they wanted. And the results are not there. Week in and week out, they fire their head coach. They demote Nathaniel Hackett. They trade away Mike Williams. They get Devontae Adams. Breece Hall's not running the ball the way he's supposed to. And then the one thing that we thought we could trust, their defense. Their defense is now falling apart, too.
If you're a Jets fan base, you've always been awful. Nothing has ever worked out. Since Joe Namath walked out the building.
Yeah. We told them this was the moment. You got Aaron Rodgers, the four-time MVP or whatever
Molly,
that
to
is.
chop them down and laugh at the pain and misery they go through. Everybody, if you're a Jets fan, you knew it's a curse. There ain't nothing. Hey, we're stuck right here. We stuck. We thought Aaron Rodgers was going to break it. No, he didn't. They can't be frustrated.
They've been losing their whole life. But then I'm a Giants fan. Sorry, Shannon. Didn't mean to step on you.
It's Saturday, but here's the thing. When Jerry said he was going all in, you know, Jerry says things, this is what he meant. He said, I'm going all in by signing CD, I'm going to re-sign Dak, and I'm going to sign Micah. That's what his all in meant. He didn't go all in. If you go back and study Jerry's history, basically, it has been a very, very long time since he spent big dollars on free agency. I think you might have to go back to Joey Galloway when he gave up those 2 first-round picks to get Galloway. I think he gave up another 2 first-round picks to get Roy Williams, and it kind of bit him in his butt. And so he's kind of shied away because early in his career, he would spend big money in free agency. He went and got Prime. He went and got guys that he thought could help him win. But he kind of shied away from it after not having the success that he thought it would have. When you look at the Jets, they told us for the last 3-4 years, Fox, we're a quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl. Well, you got one of the great quarterbacks in NFL history. You traded for Mike Williams. You traded for Devontae. You traded for Hassan Reddick. You get Tyron Smith in free agency. And this thing has been it's been awful. It's been a debacle, a complete.
And what makes it even more frustrating is they're trading away draft picks. So their future looks ugly too. Like, you could make an argument that the Cowboys, with the 3 talented players they have, they could have a quick rebuild. They have a quarterback that's top of the league good. You can make an argument about the Bears, that the quarterback is young and they're going to figure it out. There's no future for the Jets. Like,
bring Zach back. Bring
Zach
back.
Bring Zach back. It is unbelievable they had a better record with Zach Wilson than Aaron Rodgers. Like, no one in life predicted this. We got to go. You know who went all in, though? Your barber. You see that profile shot?